So the topic of today's discussion is hardware software co-verification. Now what they're trying to say is to verify hardware and debug software running in a highly integrated system on chip poses engineering challenges. So when you need to bring your software into consideration is when your hardware is already stable. Now suppose your RTL is stable. Now you are going to burn that RTL inside the FPGA. The processor cores embedded in the SoC are no longer visible since there are no pins available to connect an in-circuit simulator and a logic analyzer for debugging and analysis. So in-circuit emulator and LA require, that is logic analyzer, require address, data and control buses for debugging, but these signals are hidden in SoC. So these all signals, whatever they are talking about, address, data and control buses, they will help us in debugging, but those things are hidden inside a SoC. So this is a general overview on what is hardware software co-verification. So when hardware software co-verification will come into picture, when you need to increase the speed of the simulation. So that means that you are burning your RTL inside FPGA, means you are making that thing real hardware. So what all the topics we are going to see in this discussion is: first is hardware software co-verification, environment and method, then soft prototypes, co-verification, rapid prototype system, FPGA based design, developing printed circuit boards and software testing. So these all are the topics of today's discussion. Coming to the first topic, that is hardware software co-verification environment. So in the SoC system design cycle, an abstract model of a design is created and simulated. So when you are talking about system on chip design cycles, so first you are going to create an abstract model, means you are talking at behavioral models, okay, architectural level. You will perform simulation. Then after performing the simulation at architectural level, means system level, you are going to implement the architecture. So that is means you are coming to an RTL level, architecture level. So during that time you will perform modeling. Okay, so you will do the whatever RTL modeling is there, or on the other side you will perform the verification plan, all those things. So architectural mapping partition the design into hardware and software components. So at architectural mapping you have to identify which block will going to sit in hardware and which block is going to sit in software. So that is about architectural mapping. Okay. Now the hardware team implement the hardware portion of the design in Verilog or VSTL using hardware simulator for verification. So after performing hardware software partitioning, hardware team will is responsible for delivering their RTL, and software team is responsible for developing their device drivers. So what they are trying to say is hardware portion of the design is usually they will write RTL code in Verilog or VSTL, and after that they will perform the simulation on the simulator and perform the verification also with the help of simulators. So the software team codes the software module in assembly, C or C++ language, and uses processor for ICE to test the software. Now they are trying to say is, now the software team on the other hand, if that is a processor, so they have to verify with assembly language or C language or C++ language. Okay, and they have to mimic the processor models, okay, or ICE means in-circuit emulators, to test the software. Now they need to test the software, so in that case they will go with in-circuit emulators. Traditionally the software team then wait for hardware prototype for the final system integration. So this is the limitation. You cannot run your software until or unless your hardware is stable, means your RTL is stable. When your RTL is stable, then only you will burn that RTL in FPGA, and you can integrate software with hardware and you can debug your software. Okay, so this is the traditional approach. We are following this thing. So many problems can arise during the system integration process. So when you're integrating hardware and software, during that time you will find some problems. So they have they are telling that what type of problem, like misunderstanding specification, like both team have understood the specification in different way, or improper interface definition, or means interfaces means that definition of interfaces is not clear, and late design changes. If there is a bug or If you have not implemented one feature, or you have implemented that feature wrong and you are not able to find that feature till in verification, and you're changing that feature during hardware software integration time. Okay, so this is the problems that you will find during co-verification. So it is one another type of verification. Errors can be eliminated with workaround in software which can affect system performance, or with hardware modification which is very costly and time consuming, especially if it involves recycling an integrated circuit. So what they're trying to say is how you can eliminate the problems. You can go with software, but what is the problem with software? It is your system performance is very poor. If you are modify that thing in hardware, it is very costly and time consuming. In hardware it is costly as well as time consuming. So moving the system integration phase forward in the design cycle would help in detecting these integration problem easier. Yeah, hardware is much more time consuming, means it will take more in order to develop that thing you will take time. Now when you are going to system integration phase, okay, so you will find some their integration problems. So these can achieved by creating hardware software verification environment. So how you can find that integration problem? With the help of hardware software co-verification environment. So what all the things means, what is the characteristics of this hardware software co-verification environment is? First is accuracy. So model used in the environment should be cycle or pin accurate and mapped to the SOC functionality. So whether you are using software models or you are using hardware models, okay, so your model should be cycle accurate and pin accurate. Performance.